Yeah, say hi to the camera, Scott.
Hi.
Hey guys, Matthew here from the mmatt YouTube channel. I had the opportunity to fly Scott's plane recently, which is a Challenger 2, also an ultralight in Canada. And I got to fly from the back seat, which is something that I like to do because I am planning on being a flight instructor soon, and I will probably be spending a lot of time in the back. So taking off, my only goal was to keep it straight and a nice smooth liftoff, which I think I accomplished alright. Scott's plane does take quite a bit longer to get off the ground, but that's normal. He does have a 65 horsepower engine versus my 50 horsepower engine, but his plane also does weigh quite a bit more and also has a shorter wingspan, so that's normal and very typical for a Challenger. Otherwise, it does fly very nicely. We started out with a low pass over the river, and Scott lives right on the river, and so we flew by to see if his wife was outside and wave if she was. And we were also checking out the river. It very rarely freezes, even during the coldest months of the winter. However, we wouldn't intentionally land on it due to the fact that the air temperature is lower than the water temperature, and so it would actually freeze on the tail surfaces, and that's not good if you want to continue to control the airplane. So no landings or takeoffs on the water, even though it was open with very little ice flow in there. But spring is coming and he'll be back in the river soon enough. We did only have the one camera view, so this video isn't going to be very long because it does get boring after a while, and we didn't really do a whole lot of interesting things anyway. Just sort of flew down the river a ways, turned around and came back. We did go over and check out this Firewatch tower. I'm not sure the name of it or if it has an official name or even the name of the town that it's in, but it's up on top of a hill and it provides a really cool view for people who take their four-wheeler or snowmobile up in the winter to climb it and check out the area. I have to say though, the view from the airplane is a little bit better. Scott normally wears a head cam while he flies, but due to the impromptu nature of this flight, he didn't have it on, and so yeah, like I said, this is the only view for now. This is my camera and my mount, but Scott's hoping to get a similar setup so that he can continue to film his videos and get other perspectives as well. So here we are, heading back towards the airport. It's just a little white dot in the horizon right now, and it's a little bit windy. You can see the plane getting bumped around a little bit there. It's not too bad. I opt for a long straight-in approach, and I slipped the plane a ways, and it turns out that that's a good thing. I did it for two reasons. One, so I could see the airport because Scott was in my way, seeing as I'm in the back seat. But also, this plane is very slippery. It takes quite a bit of time to slow down compared to my Beaver. With my plane, I can just pull the throttle back and it just slows down. It's got so much drag. This plane, not so much. So coming in on short final, I'm hoping to just sort of grease it on, and I think I do a pretty good job, but I do that with a lot of power. I couldn't really get the plane stabilized onto an approach path at a speed that I liked without it sinking more than I'm used to. So I'm staring at the end of the runway, I get it down nice, and then I launch it right back up into the air again. You see, Scott likes the weight off the nose wheel, and so as soon as I was down and thought that I was planted, I pulled the stick back into my lap to keep the weight off the nose wheel, not realizing I was still doing 65 miles an hour. I'm just not used to landing at that speed, and I really shouldn't have. It's just I'm not experienced with this plane. So the second landing did turn out to be nice as well. I didn't bounce it or anything, so that was good. But it did give me an appreciation for just the different handling qualities of this airplane. Anyway, I'm excited to get back into the plane with Scott sometime and do some more flying. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed watching. We'll catch you next time.
This is all being recorded.
Yeah, all that.
Bye.
Bye. Say bye, Scott.
Bye, Scott.
There you go.